Welcome to Camille's Harem, a podcast and YouTube channel for writers by novice writers, because writing is adventure and is more fun with friends. And I've been reading way too many manga, and it's still February, at least the point of this recording, and I want to share the manga I've been reading. So what I'm going to do is I have 20 manga I want to introduce. I only have 10 minutes. I'm going to introduce all of them to you. And if I don't make it in 10 minutes, we're going to put a video on the chat of, not on the chat, on YouTube of Lars attacking me with an ice cream sandwich. So hopefully that doesn't happen, because if the ice cream sandwich is still frozen, it will hurt. So let's get moving. Let me just set up a timer. All right, and timer begins now. So we have Kyou Mo Veranda. So you got two neighbors who get to know each other without being able to see each other. They've got kind of a wall between their verandas and their apartment. They bond and just kind of start talking, especially as they talk about like different plants. It takes a bit longer for them to like get to know each other, but like they eventually meet kind of through work and end up actually growing to like each other. Really cute. We have Ushiro no Seki ni Gyaru ni sukarete shimatta. She doesn't like guys, just various traumas. And he helps her after she falls in the gutter and is a real gentleman about it. And she actually like really gets interested in him. And he's kind of not sure about the situation, but they end up dating and like really cute. And the little sister of the girl is super mischievous and fun. Then we have Hope You're Happy Lemon. You've got these two childhood friends, high school sweethearts, until she tells the guy that she's been cheating on him with 3 different guys. So he's super traumatized, can't really date anymore, and doesn't know how to handle like his own feelings on this case. And so when he's finally ready to date, she comes back around and is interested and find out she wasn't cheating on him. And she doesn't really understand why she told him that. But you're having like a Your Name Freaky Friday situation where they swap bodies and end up having to live with each other and like get back into each other's lives that way. Then we have So What If I'm a Villainess? I'll show you all I can become happy. This is a collection of one-shot manga that's all focused on like villainous isekai kind of fantasy stories, but they all kind of have a romance theme to them, and they're just really fun. And you could read just a couple, you could read as many as you want. They're just really fun, and like a lot of focus on like finding new love, new family, finding how to love yourself. Really beautiful. There's Kimi No Koe, kind of Cinderella story. They're both able to like read other people's minds in different ways, but that kind of like affects them differently. She can't talk and she can't read, even though like that's part of how her power works. But like she gets rescued from her family and he ends up helping her, and she ends up helping him actually like start to feel things again. It's really cute. There's a Succubus and Thereafter. You've kind of got this couple. This guy marries a succubus out of high school, and then like they end up growing old together, but like their love life has kind of gone downhill recently. You find out it's literally just because the guy's self-conscious about getting fat, but they rekindle their love. It's actually really, really precious. This is one from that Villainess one I was talking about before, but it turned into its own manga. It's called The Flowery Path of Evil. The Villainess like got their previous life's memories like right as they getting punished and having to marry the fat and evil prime minister, but catch on everybody there because of the memories from her previous life. She finds out she's actually into that kind of stuff, and they end up as this like really cute and like evil couple at the same time, and it's really fun. Bride Story, super love the artwork. Lars and I should do a whole video just on this one. But it's historic fiction set in like Eastern Europe in the late 1800s. It follows the lives of many different people, but like romance is one of the main focuses, like how these people meet, how these people get married, like a lot of the culture focus on that. We have a genius, but she doesn't know it. She runs away from her overbearing family and then finds out she's not as worthless as she thought, and ends up finding a new home, friends, and a pretty neat romantic interest with a hot adventure guy. We have I've gotten used to being on my own, so I'm ignoring my fiance. So the guy ignores his fiance so much he just decides to, I'll just get used to being by myself and make myself happy. But the guy realizes his mistake and tries to fix it, but is it too late? I don't know. You'll just have to read it. The Snow Country Hunting Life of the Northern Nobleman and the Eagle Wife. This one is another historic one, but focus more on like specific characters. So you've got this like Northern Norway kind of Sami inspiration. This guy that's like the noble up there. He goes down into the city trying to find a wife. Ends up meeting this like this lady who's a veteran warrior, a decorated soldier, and she decides to get married to him and go back up to him. And it's about them like getting to know each other and like figure out how to live their lives. There's one called Telework Yotabanashi. So it's like the first one I talked about, where like they meet on their veranda and find out like, and this one's happened during COVID, so like they're having to work from home, they're just kind of bored out of their minds, and they kind of bond over like interior design and talking about their interests, and it's really cute. I've talked about the next one before, a full-on video. It's called Haru's Curse by the same author who did Yakuza Lovers. The girl's sister was the guy's fiance, but then the girl gets sick and dies, and then because it was arranged marriage, the two that are still alive, they get together, find out they have more chemistry, but there's a lot of guilt involved with it because of the sister. There's Marriage X Toxin. Beautiful story, a lot of action, a lot of crazy fights, but like the whole point is you've got this like over the top assassin who wants to marry and find love, and so he goes around trying to do that, and like stuff just keeps getting in his way. He keeps having to fight people, and of course the first girl he finds is actually a dude, but that like person ends up helping him along, so it ends up working out. Next one I highly recommend. It's so freaking good. So The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity. If you read any romance manga, this is it. Very Romeo and Juliet story. You've got two schools next to each other, and you've got like the high class girls school, and then you've got the kind of co-ed school that's like a bit more rough and tumble, and you've got like a tall and tough looking softie, and the girl's a curious and adorable honor student. They just mesh so well together. Love all the supporting cast. Great. Then there's My Divorced Crybaby Neighbor, story of two neighbors who bond and strengthen each other after a divorce. Really cute, and if you're into big, like, you know, like, she's got them. How Pathetic Are We? Two high school friends finally break down, get honest with each other after they've been apart for years. He's jealous of her singing, and she's jealous of his songwriting. They like each other, though, and find it hard to deal with their feelings, and then eventually end up, like, confronting each other, kind of fighting, but end up, like, ultimately actually falling in love with each other. Let's see. And then there's Just Date Each Other Already. Both guy and girl are very much opposites, and like they're constantly button heads. Thing is, they like each other, they just don't know it, but the whole class knows it, and they're so tired of the antics, and they're like just screaming in their heads the entire day. They're like, just date each other, just kiss already. And then last one, I know one Lars will probably like, it's called Iron Legs Ryoko. Ryoko is this like full-on delinquent, like always getting in fights, but she decides to stop her violent ways because she fell in love with somebody, but like her life keeps dragging her back in, even though like she tries not to let it, until they end up hurting the guy she's in love with, and then she goes full on the bad guys. Really cute ending on that one too. All right, let's see where we're at. So that was 20 manga, and I did it with 1 minute and 10 seconds to spare. So no ice cream sandwich in the face for me, but I'm sure there will be other challenges in the future that will end up with the ice cream sandwich. So look forward to that. Anyway, please take a look at all the other stuff that we've made, and take a look at all the stuff Lars has written. Lars has written a ton of really great stuff. Look forward to seeing more of you in this channel, especially as just kind of we keep offering different stuff, and Lars is getting busy with some different stuff, so I might have to jump in here more, so you might see more of me. All right, well, with that said, I hope you all have a wonderful day. Okini.